Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, Cooking with KP, and today I'm going to show you how I make my little chicken fritters or chicken nuggets with an authentic sweet and sour sauce that we're going to make from scratch. Let's get on with it. I've got a pan. I'm just going to add around about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of peanut oil, and I've got an onion which I've taken the top and the tail off. I've skinned and cut that in half, and simply just going to cut it through in a quarter cut fashion, just like I'm doing right there. And when we have done that, we're just going to add all that to a bowl. Preparation is the key for this recipe. 1 bell pepper or capsicum, and we're simply just going to cut the tail and the tip off. We'll slice that through. Very nice and easy. I'm going to cut the cheeks off. Try and avoid the pith. We don't want that pith. It will make your sauce bitter, same as if you're doing a salad. So simply cut those off, nice and simple like that. And we're just going to cut these up into nice little chunks. Nothing too serious, nothing too large, just like I'm doing there. Now, there is a couple of tips when using capsicum. We don't want that pith. Just get your knife under that white line and swipe from top to bottom, and you will get rid of it. And I'll do it once more, like that. Eventually my knife will cut through. We have 1 carrot which we have peeled, taking off the tail and the top, and we're just going to get our vegetable peeler and use that to make nice thin carrot ribbons, avoiding the core. We don't want that core in there. It is tough, it won't cook quickly, and it can also end up being a little bitter. We don't want that at all. We are making a sweet and sour sauce, not a sweet and bitter sauce. So 1 cucumber, or half a large cucumber. Again, we're going to remove the majority of that skin. We're going to cut that in half. 1 nice movement like that. I'm going to cut that at about 45 degrees into nice thin slices. Nice and easy. As I said, preparation is the key for this. I'm just going to put that into a bowl, put that aside, just like that. And now we can get on with our next step, and that is going to be basically get our pan nice and hot. I'm going to add in our onion, nice and simple. And we want a nice char on these onions. We don't want to go too heavy. We don't want them burnt. We don't want them caramelized. We do want a nice char on them to give it that beautiful smoky flavor. Once they've cooked off for a few minutes, add in your capsicum, and you can let those sit for about 45 to 60 seconds and then give them a stir. Just get that little bit of a char onto that vegetable, which is exactly what we want. And again, we'll just let it sit, char up, and give it a stir through, and before you know it, we will start to see a little bit of color on our vegetables already, like that. And the smell already is just great. That's a great combination, onion and capsicum. We're going to grab our carrot and we're going to put that straight into our pan, or wok if you wish to use. You can do that as well, there's no problem there. I'm just going to stir that through as well and try and get that char on the carrot as well. Alright, so we're ready for our next step. Now, if you subscribe to my channel, you would have seen the video where I make these. I'm going to give you a very abridged version right here. We have some egg which we have beaten up, some chicken breast which we have cut, go straight into our breadcrumb. You can use a panko breadcrumb if you wish, that would work fantastic. I'm just using the average everyday $1.95 breadcrumb here. I'm going to deep fry those for about 3.5 minutes, and they're pretty much done. Now, here's a good tip. You can actually make these the day before, leave them in the refrigerator, and you can reheat those when you have made your sauce. So as you can see, there's a lot of nuggets there, a lot of little fritters, and we did make these the night before. Our sauce is back on. We're hearing that little bit of a sizzle come out of our vegetable. I'm going to give that a little bit more of a stir. We don't want too much of a char, but we want some heat. And we're starting to get ready to make our sauce proper. Our cucumber is going in just like that. Nice and simple, don't waste any of it. I'm going to give those a little bit of a stir as well. And by now, you will start to smell what the sweet and sour really is. We're adding in just 4 tablespoons of tomato sauce, everyday tomato sauce. You could use a passata if you wish. You could use fresh ones, it doesn't matter. We're also adding in 2 tablespoons of soy. That's going to give us our salt factor. 1 teaspoon of ginger paste and garlic paste. Keep stirring that through. And the juice from half a can of pineapple slices in syrup. The syrup is going to give us that sweetness that we really want. If you use pineapple juice, it won't work out anywhere near as well. Just to give it a tiny bit more sweetness, a few tablespoons of mirin, probably 3, maybe 4 tablespoons, and we're adding in 3/4 of a cup of malt vinegar or apple cider vinegar, your preference. It doesn't matter, whatever you have in the cupboard at the time. I usually have malt, but I don't. I'm making this recipe. In goes 1/4 cup of chicken stock, and I'm also going to add in a good tablespoon of cornstarch, or as we call it here in Australia, corn flour. You could mix that through with your chicken stock. I'm just going to put that straight on top and mix that through pretty quickly so we don't end up with any lumps, and we don't need a lot of this. It will thicken that sauce up quite considerably. Really nice and easy. So in goes our chicken fritters or chicken nuggets. You can cook those in the oven if you wish, or shallow fry them. I've got the deep fryer, so I just use it. It's quick and simple, and I don't want to waste the oil. So I love my deep fryer. I love my fast food, but I'd rather make my fast food than buy it. They go in, let them absorb all of that sauce, get the heat getting back into that chicken. If you've had those in the refrigerator, if you did have those in the refrigerator, let them come up to room temperature first before you put those into your sauce. We're getting ready to finish off half a can of pineapple, which by the pineapple rings, and cut those up into our nice little chunks. Make sure it's broken up as much as possible, and you are really starting to smell the beautiful restaurant style authenticness, is that a word, of this sweet and sour. I've got some leftover fried rice from the night before, a very simple fried rice. If you subscribe to this channel, there's many recipes on fried rice. I'm resurrecting that, tiny bit of peanut oil, and a little bit of Zhaojing wine, or a rice wine, or dry sherry, and I'll also give that a little bit of soy sauce as well, just to keep things nice and moist. So I'm just going to bring that up to the heat, and we're pretty much ready to serve up. And this is a great little easy way to make an authentic tasting, smelling and fun meal for the whole family. You can add your fried rice down one side if you wish, but another way to do this is just serve all that beautiful fried rice in a bowl in the center of the table, and the same with the sweet and sour chicken pieces. Just add that to a bowl and let everybody serve themselves. How easy is that? And I'll tell you what, it is authentic, and even the next day it tastes magnificent. Let it come up to room temperature and eat it as it is. In summertime, absolutely perfect. You can heat it up if you wish. I'll leave that up to you. Alright, so there we go. We've got our fried rice down. I'm going to add our sweet and sour chicken on the other. If you haven't had this before, you don't know what you're missing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button. It gives me confidence. It should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Hit that notifications bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up. If YouTube decides to notify you, they say they're rectifying that, but we'll see. But more importantly, I want you to try and make this at home. and I want you to also to join the family. Hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. I will catch you next time. Bye!